What's up? It's Thursday morning. I don't know if you guys have ever done a Facebook Live, but it has a countdown like three, two, one, and you think you're gonna hear these like celebration, but no, it's just boom, there you're on. Now people are watching. But look at that, my hair is crazy today. Had a stocking cap on because I ran 4 miles this morning. Had to get those in. Look at that nice little sweat ring going on. Started my day off doing something a little bit difficult, but let's talk about goals. And today we're just going to talk about two reasons why it's important to set goals. You can get online and you can Google, read, there's millions of books on goals. Uh, there's probably a million reasons on Google why you should even set goals. But today I'm only going to give you two. I think we just need to keep it simple. Two reasons why we should set goals. Normally when we think about goals, we think about New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, January 1st. It's a start of a new year. I'm going to set as many unrealistic goals as I can. And then we kind of leave it at that. And I think that they say, the average person, once they set a goal for New Year's, it lasts less than a week or less than 2 weeks, something like that. So, we need to realize that goals can be set any time of year. And there's different names for a goal, a resolution, a goal, a to-do list is basically a goal. So for me, there's a to-do list, which I consider my daily goals. We have goals for the week. We have goals for the month, goals for the year. There's five-year goals, 10-year goals, long-term goals, bucket list goals. I kind of dabble in each of these because I like to have a trajectory where I want my life to go. So, setting goals and seeing where I can do that is kind of cool. And setting goals also, you don't have to be a certain age to set a goal. My wife and I, we know the importance of setting goals, and so we've got our kids now setting goals, maybe not every month, but just little goals of stuff they want to do. And I'll have to tomorrow when we talk about how to set goals, then I'll share an example of Roxy because she has set one recently that kind of blew my mind, but she did awesome with it. And when it comes to goals for me, sounds weird, but I have to give my mom a lot of credit for this. Back in high school, I was going into my senior season of basketball, and I really enjoyed playing basketball. But she walked into my bedroom one night and says, "Mike, I want you to set 5 goals for this upcoming basketball season." And at that point, I was 17 years old. I was like, what the hell's a goal? Like, what do you mean you want me to set a goal for the basketball season? So she kind of explained it to me, whether it's an individual goal, a team goal, set some goals. So after talking to her for a bit, I sat down, I wrote 5 goals. Now I look back, I feel like a little bit selfish. I wanted our team to win 20 basketball games that year. I wanted to win a regional championship. I wanted to make the all tournament Thanksgiving team, the all tournament Christmas tournament team, and an all conference. And so that evening I sat down, I wrote all those 5 goals. And then I put it on, and we'll talk later on why it's important to actually physically write these goals down. So I wrote them down, I folded up, put that piece of paper away, and I forgot about it. Later that year, as I was moving out to go to college, I found that piece of paper. And I saw on it that out of those 5 goals, I had reached all conference. I made all conference team. I made both of those Thanksgiving and Christmas tournaments. Our basketball team, we didn't win 20 games. I think we won 18 games. And we didn't win the regional championships, but we made it to the regional championship game. And so I'm thinking to myself, is my mom some sort of is she like a gypsy? Like, how does she know how to do this stuff? Like, is this magic? Like, my mind was just completely blown. So ever since then, 17, 18 years old, I've been a big believer in goals. But it wasn't until I really started digging in deeper that I understood them and was, more into them. So Mom, thanks a lot. I owe you one. And when it comes to goals, nobody wants to, I hope, a lot of us find ourselves doing this, but we find ourselves in ruts where we're basically just kind of floating through life. We don't have any real goals or ambitions. We're just kind of rolling with the punches, taking whatever life gives us. And I feel like whenever we have a set goal, it gives us something to strive for. And that's why today I just want to focus on two goals or two reasons to set goals. Number one, helps you to gain confidence. Uh, I saw this firsthand with my wife. I think it was probably 3 years ago. And we'd always been, like I said, into goals, but also working out, stuff like that, dabbling in and out. None of these things had ever become a habit or a staple of our lives that we were doing it consistently. But she says, Mike, I'm going to do this Beachbody workout that takes 60 days, and I'm going to do it every single day. And I was like, awesome, well, I know how this goes. After day 4, you're going to be sore, and you're going to be like, I'm not doing that anymore. But she said, time's, and this was a good point that I thought a lot of. She said, time's going to go by regardless. Whether I'm sitting in here in the house with the kids doing nothing, or if I'm out there for the same 30 to 40 minute time frame, why am I not working on myself? And I was like, good point. That was awesome. So those 60 days rolls around, and she, on that 60th day, the confidence in this woman skyrocketed. And since then, it's been probably close to 3 years. She's been on fire. And so it really reiterated, even in my head, the importance of setting goals. And ever since then, she's worked out. I mean, like, if you saw this girl work out, like, she's a beast. Like, sometimes she'll put me to shame, and it's kind of embarrassing. So I got to keep my ego in check. But she's a beast. And not only working out, but just the business that she's started and doing so well in. It's setting goals that's helping her to accomplish all these things. Reason number 2. So that was 1. It helps you to gain confidence. Reason number 2, it helps give you a vision of where you want your future. That's why I say, weekly, monthly, yearly, and long-term goals. One of our goals is to build our next big. We're not going to buy a next house. We're going to build a next house. So that's one of these things where we know in a 2 to 3 year period, our goal is to build a house. So we've got a vision for that future. And with that being said, I got a cool story. So I met a guy Monday who has a local Christmas tree farm. Super cool guy. But he wanted me to wash his house, and we went and looked at it. And this house is beautiful. And I said, why? And it's a different home, not something you'd see here in Central Illinois. And he said, and I think this was back in 1996. He said, my wife and I were flipping through a magazine, and we saw this home, and we just absolutely loved it. He said, so we cut it out, we laminated it, and put it on the refrigerator so that this goal we could see all the time. So therefore, right there, they got that vision for what they want in the future. And I think he told me 8 years passed by, and they contacted the guy who had written that article and said, we love this house. We don't want to buy it, but we want to see the inside of it. Would you show us the inside of this house? And I guess this house was out in the Hamptons. So this big architect, I don't know if he was the one that wrote it, whatever. But he's like, if you hillbillies from Illinois want to come out here and look at this house, I'll make an appointment for you guys to look at that house. He said, so they went out to the Hamptons, spent literally like 12, 13 hours there. They just flew out there, looked at the house, and flew back. But they built that exact replica home of what they wanted on that piece of property they had purchased. So, having a vision of what you want, I thought that was an awesome story, and I had to share it. So, those are 2 reasons why we're going to set goals. And like I said, there's tons and tons more reasons why it's important to set goals. But tomorrow, let's meet back on this topic about how we're going to set them. That's kind of the easy part, but we'll learn how to set them. So see you guys later.